Hey, good afternoon and welcome to Bolts Auctions here. I'm standing with Jason Trout. I'm going to make an introduction in just a moment, but we're here to feature a online baseball auction, the lifetime collection of Jason and his family. This collection is coming up the Thursday, October 23rd. It'll be featured at 7 p.m. closing online. So go to boltsauctions.com or highbid.com and find the auction and start getting registered. Get in there and get in on some early bidding. Some wonderful items in this sale. I'm going to turn it over and introduce Jason Trout. He's going to tell you a little bit more about his family's collecting habits through the York Sports Writers Association. And tell us a little bit more about the collection and your family's history with it.
Yeah, thanks, Carl, very much. I'm really pleased to be here and tell everybody about this. This is really kind of a love of baseball for my family that goes back. I can remember the very first item, 1966. I'm a big Oriole fan. My family's from York, Pennsylvania. And I was sick and I was 10 years old, and I said to my dad, after listening to an Orioles game on the radio, hey, is there any way we can get an autographed baseball? And he wrote a letter to the Orioles organization, and about 2 weeks later, here's them, a 1966 Baltimore Orioles. Of course, they won the World Series that year, so that's a treasured ball. That one's not for auction. We're keeping that in the family.
Gotta hang on to the best, yes.
There's 700 other items, and this collection sort of took off from there. After 1 year, we had about 12 or 14 balls, and by the end of the second year, we had a baseball signed by the teams of every single major league club.
All right.
And we sort of got the fever. My dad was in broadcasting, and so he had access.
What's your father's name again?
George Trout. Thank you.
Yeah.
George Trout Sr. George is well known in York, Pennsylvania, and he was in radio. He was a county commissioner, just a great guy, and he had access to, as we did, to get down on the fields before games. And we got into the habit of carrying what was then camera satchels. Of course, you don't see those today with the phones. So we'd have camera satchels with balls and bats and books. And we were, we were a little smaller or big, before we got big, it was real easy to go up to a ball player and say, hey, can we have your autograph?
And it got your heart pumping, I'm sure.
It did. It made you nervous because there's Mickey Mantle, So we would then, after the game, we would wait by the visitors outside the visitors' entrance, and they'd come out to get on the buses, and we'd get autographs there as well too. But I think some of the best treasure troves that we had was that we had York Area Sports Night. You made reference to that.
Yeah.
York Area Sports Night was a York tradition for 50 years, and back in the day where there weren't cell phones and players weren't making $22 million a year, they would come to York, Pennsylvania, and they would accept a contract to be at York Area Sports Night, which had a lot of action and a lot of conversation with sports players, with football and baseball. And after the event, they were just going to go down to the local Holiday Inn and watch TV. My dad would invite some of the big stars over to our home.
Tell us, like you mentioned, Joe DiMaggio was in your living room, and
we've had Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron, Joe DiMaggio, Steve Carlton, Harmon Killebrew, Ted Williams, all in Raleigh Fingers. Others are escaping me. All in our home, all having dinner. My mom's a great cook, and my dad led with you might as well have a good meal after the show.
Sure.
And very few of them turned us down.
Here on display, all these balls are signed, multiple stars on some of the balls, and then some of the balls are just individually signed by, like Joe DiMaggio, for example. We got mini bats, and we've got regular size bats, and we've got photographs, and these are all the 50-year collection
50 years
of the York Area Sports Association. And inside here is listed who was in attendance, and then Richie Ashburn, for example. We got signatures in each one of these, and out of this collection, each one of these books are going to be available for the collector enthusiast. Let's focus a little bit up here, Jason.
Sure.
We pulled a couple of our what we feel are some of the signature lots. We have the Joe DiMaggio ball. This is a beautiful signature on it.
And
this is
spot.
206, so it's right in the first quarter of the auction. You can get get in there and search for your favorite team player. We have another Joe DiMaggio single ball right here. This is lot 3. Mini bet with my big guy known as Pops. Willie Stargell was referred to as Pops during his 21 years, I believe he was in.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, Willie Stargell right there. We have Joe DiMaggio single. Here's a Joe DiMaggio full-size bat.
This is a really beautiful bat with Joe DiMaggio. You won't get to see too many of them available.
Yeah, and who else do I see on there? There's Eddie
Murray.
Eddie Murray's also on that bat. So if you already have a bat or a ball, you can go right into some of these individual photographs. We have Joe DiMaggio again featured in here, and a lot of other individual stars. We have magazine covers that were, I mean, you grabbed just about anything and just took it along.
We did. Our pockets were full, and we went, we had half a dozen 8 trips to the Hall of Fame. And so, I'm gonna flip this back over here, and here's just one of many dozens and dozens of examples. Buck Leonard, old Negro League's great, but we'd go to the Hall of Fame and run into Whitey Ford and Casey Stengel, and they'd be on the streets of Cooperstown. It wasn't like today where you got to pay $200 to go to get one ball signed. You could go up to them, and they would sign anything that you wanted, and they were friendly and they chatted with you. It was really terrific. And even at the York Area Sports Night, you paid your $10 and these stars were standing there ready to sign for you, and they would sign for anybody who'd get up in front of them for
They
an
give
hour.
you an extra minute to ask a question and shake
were
the
all
hand.
great.
I want to point out too, because being a
this is a
Pirates
feature,
fan,
yeah.
here's a really nice sports association. What night was this in 1968?
1968 York Area
Were they
Sports
always in
Night.
like January? I guess off season.
I think often that they were.
But
yeah.
I wanted to point that out because we have a autograph signature from Roberto Clemente in the sale. And that's not an easy autograph to find. And particularly then, look, we have Whitey Ford in there. We have
Phil Rizzuto.
Yeah, I mean, it's a highlight to have that, but then you have, you can go through here and see all the other items that are located in there. Over here, I had to pump my Pirates a little bit because we have a 1971.
They beat the Orioles twice, I remember.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm happy about that. Anyway, we got a World Series reunion autograph, 1971 World Series Pittsburgh Pirate ball, and I wanted to point out my Barry Bonds cards that are in this sale as well. Barry Bonds is the holder of the Major League Baseball most home runs at 762, I believe, over his career. So you'll find a little bit of everything. It's a great collecting habit. You can be any age to enjoy this type of collectible. Get your kids started in it. What a great pastime to be able to spend with your dad or your son and to go to a game. I mean, that's what you grew up with. Yeah. So check out online. We have all these individually listed there. You'll find photographs. It's again, boltsauctions.com. And you can find it on highbid.com. We are open for preview. We'll take it by appointment, so just call us. Our contact information's all on our website. Call us. I'd be happy to bring you in there and let you take a look at all these personally before you place your bids. If you need assistance, just call us and we'll help you to determine how to get online and how to make your bids. We want everybody to be able to have an opportunity to get something out of your collection, Jason. I know this has to be a little bittersweet for you.
It is. Our family did this for about 30 years, and we really enjoyed it. You described it really, really well. My dad was really just the biggest enthusiast about this, and he's got so many stories to tell. Well, they're just fabulous. But we made a decision that it was time to begin to sell the collection. And so at some point in time, I mean, there's a couple things I've kept. That very first ball that I mentioned, we're keeping that one. There's a few things that I've kept, but basically we decided now was a good time to make the decision to sell. Carl, I want to point out that the majority of things in this collection were things that we as a family, we got them. We were standing in front of the individual. That's not 100%, but it's certainly the vast majority. And if we wrote a letter to somebody and said, hey, would you sign this? We always sent 6 postcards because there were 6 kids in the family, so we would send 6 postcards.
We need 6 signatures.
You'll see things with 1960s, 70s,
Isn't that
postmarks
great?
on there,
Yeah.
so that's where they came from. So this is a really eclectic collection. If you want to find a really great Willie Mays There's a Jimmy Fox here, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, other old-time Hall of Famers, and everybody in between. You'll have an opportunity to find one or half a dozen of those items for you to purchase and put into your collection and enjoy. And you just don't find those anywhere.
Jason, I am
Thanks,
honored to be able to have the opportunity to help
pleasure
your
working
family
with you.
with this wonderful collection, and it warms me. I want to point out we do all kinds of different styles of auctions here. This is one that I'm really going to enjoy, and we have another big sports auction coming up in the beginning of the year. We have a graded Babe Ruth card, a cut card. It's just wonderful. We have a rookie Jordan card. We got some good cards and some nice autographed, and there'll probably be some more items coming out of the York Area Sports Association. Again, join us here online for this special auction. See what treasure you can uncover. I hope you find exactly what you're looking for. Take care of each other and support baseball and your passion. Thanks for coming and viewing with us. Jason,
Thanks,
you have a
Carl.
good
Really
night.
appreciate it.
Mhm.